The average human lifespan today is about 73 years globally. In some Asian countries, it's around 70 years. In the US, closer to 77 years. Now think about this. If you're 30 years old, you've already lived nearly 40% of your life. That's over 10,000 days gone. And yet we walk around like we have unlimited time. We delay dreams, ignore health, skip meaningful conversations. We say someday, not realizing that someday is quietly running out. Time doesn't knock, it slips. So here's the question. Are you spending your life or just letting it pass? This is not just another random video. It's a reminder, a mirror, a moment to pause and reflect. Life is short, but if you spend it wisely, it can be beautiful. And over the next 15 minutes, you'll learn powerful, practical strategies to make your time truly count. Not generic tips, but deep, tested insights on how to live fully, intentionally, and wisely. Let's begin. Chapter 1. Psychology of Time. Have you ever noticed how childhood summers felt endless? But now, entire years go by in the blink of an eye? This isn't just nostalgia, it's neuroscience. Your brain doesn't measure time by the clock. It measures time by how much new information it processes. When you were a child, everything was new. New faces, new games, new experiences. Your brain was constantly recording. Every moment felt rich, detailed, and long. But as you grow older, life becomes a routine. You take the same route to work, eat the same meals, scroll through the same apps. And because there's nothing new to register, your brain compresses the memory of time, making weeks, months, even years feel like they just disappeared. This is why adults often say, "Where did the time go?" But here's the key insight. You can slow down your experience of time, not by controlling the clock, but by filling your days with meaningful novelty. Take a different path home. Learn something new every month. Travel to unfamiliar places, even if it's just a new cafe or part of town. Want to expand your sense of time? Help others. It's the ultimate paradox. Giving time makes you feel like you have more of it. Chapter 2. Choose your priority like a rich. Knowing what not to do is more important than knowing what to do. We often start our day by writing long to-do lists, hoping that doing more will make us feel productive. But here's the truth. Most of that list doesn't really matter. We confuse being busy with being effective. And in the chaos of ticking boxes, we often miss the few things that actually move the needle. We spend hours on low-impact tasks, while the truly important ones, deep work, relationships, self-care, get buried. This is where priority management becomes powerful. The key is not doing everything. It's doing the right things and eliminating the rest. Ask yourself every day, if I could only do 3 things today, what would they be? What tasks are just distractions wearing the mask of productivity? What can I remove from my plate to give space to what matters? Your time is like a garden. If you don't pull the weeds, the flowers won't grow. Don't just make longer to-do lists. Make shorter, smarter ones. Because clarity comes not from doing more, but from choosing less with purpose. Chapter 3. Relationship Management. Relationships are not built on grand gestures. They're built on small, consistent deposits over time. A quick, just checking on you message. Remembering how someone takes their coffee. Showing up without being asked. Listening without fixing. These little moments, they're like emotional deposits in a bank of life. And just like money, you can't withdraw from an account you never contributed to. But that's exactly what many of us do. We get busy. We assume people will understand. We skip birthdays, forget important stories, miss quiet cries for help, and then, when we need love, support, or connection, we go to withdraw, and the account is empty. Strong relationships aren't built overnight. They're built daily, in the background, when no one is watching. So ask yourself, when was the last time you made a meaningful deposit? Are you investing your time where it truly counts? Because one day, you'll need that account to hold you. And what you get back will depend entirely on what you've given. Understand that shared suffering builds stronger bonds than shared fun. Experiences common challenges together creates deeper connections. Nurture before you need. Give before you ask. Be present before you're missed. Relationships are your true wealth. Protect them, feed them, water them, or risk watching them quietly fade away. Chapter 4. Comfort versus Career. Comfort is not where growth lives. And yet many of us want a great career without ever leaving our comfort zone. We want success, but fear discomfort. We want more income, but resist new skills. But the truth is, your career won't grow until you do. In the early years, don't chase money. Chase learning, chase skills, chase the uncomfortable situations that force you to stretch, think, and evolve. The real investment is not in a company, it's in you. The more valuable you become, the more opportunities will find you. Yes, money matters, but what matters more is the person you become in the process. Ask yourself, am I avoiding hard things that would actually help me grow? Am I collecting salaries or building a future-proof self? What skill, if I developed it now, would change everything in 5 years? Career success is not built on easy days. It's built on early mornings, failed attempts, awkward meetings, and relentless practice. So step out of the comfort zone. Say yes to learning. Say yes to growth. Because comfort might feel good today, but only growth will carry you to where you truly want to be. Chapter 5. Health and Vitality. Health is not just about living longer. It's the fuel that powers your whole life. Every other part of your life, your work, your mood, your relationships, gets better or worse depending on how healthy you are. Think about this. Would you rather have 8 hours of high energy or 12 hours feeling tired and low? Your energy is more important than just time. Saying, "I'll sleep when I'm dead" is the wrong mindset. Sleep is not just rest. It's how your brain recharges and performs at its best. Without enough sleep, your brain makes bad decisions, just like someone who's drunk. That job you want, that relationship you're building, they all depend on your brain working properly. Here's something nobody talks about. You're actually 2 different people every day. Morning, you makes big plans. Evening, you has to follow through on them. So don't let morning you be too strict. Make realistic plans that evening you can handle. Want a simple tip that works? Try micro workouts, 10 push-ups, a short walk, 5 minutes of stretching. These small movements add up over time. Your body was made to move, not to sit for 8 hours straight. And here's something important. Movement clears your mind. Feeling stuck on a problem? Go for a walk or stretch. You'll be surprised. The solution often shows up once you move. Chapter 6. Learning and Growth. The fastest way to waste your potential is to stop learning. Life is changing every second. If you're not learning, you're not just standing still, you're falling behind. And no, learning doesn't end with a degree. That was just the introduction. Real growth begins when you take ownership, reading books, learning new skills, reflecting on your experiences. And one of the best ways to learn is to teach. Because when you try to explain something to others, you instantly discover what you don't understand clearly. We often say, "I'm not ready to teach." But that's exactly why you should. Teaching is how your mind learns to organize, simplify, and retain. Want a shortcut to wisdom? Read biographies. They give you a lifetime of experience in a few hours. Want to avoid years of trial and error? Learn from other people's mistakes. That's how smart people move fast. They learn strategically. And remember, constraints aren't your enemy. They're your superpowers. The most creative breakthroughs often come when your options are limited. Boundaries force clarity. They sharpen thinking. They inspire innovation. Ask yourself, am I growing by choice or just coasting by default? What skill, if I mastered it this year, would unlock new levels in my life? What do I avoid learning? Because it scares me. Keep feeding your mind. Because every new thing you learn makes life feel new again. Stay curious. Stay humble. Stay in motion. Because growth isn't a phase. It's the way forward. 7. Emotional intelligence. Every emotion has a secret timer. When you feel anger, fear, frustration, or sadness, your body releases a chemical reaction that lasts exactly 90 seconds. That's it. After those 90 seconds, the emotion fades, unless you choose to keep feeding it. If you keep replaying the story, if you keep justifying the anger, if you hold on to the fear, You're no longer experiencing the emotion. You're choosing it. And that's the power of emotional intelligence. It's not about never feeling upset. It's about knowing when to let go. The people who stay calm in chaos, they aren't cold. They're aware. They understand that reacting impulsively makes things worse. In teams, in families, in crisis, people lean on those who can stay grounded when emotions run high. Ask yourself, do I ride the emotional wave or drown in it? Can I stay centered when things fall apart? Do people feel safer, calmer, more clear when they're around me? Emotional intelligence is a quiet strength. It's not loud or dramatic, but in the long run, it's what holds relationships, careers, and inner peace together. Train it, practice it, protect it, because in a noisy, reactive world, calm is a superpower. Chapter 8. Financial Wisdom. Money isn't about numbers. It's about freedom, especially the freedom of time. But here's the paradox. The more money some people make, the poorer they become in time. A bigger house, more rooms to clean, more bills to pay, more to worry about. A luxury car? It doesn't just cost more. It brings more stress in traffic, more anxiety over scratches, and higher maintenance. We think we're upgrading life, but often we're just upgrading the complexity of our problems. The truly smart ones, they don't chase things. They buy back their time. They rent what they don't need to own. They spend more on experiences than on status. They invest in skills, travel, learning, things that don't depreciate. Ask yourself, is this purchase giving me freedom or taking it away? Am I working more to afford something I don't even have time to enjoy? What if the wealth I'm chasing is actually costing me the life I want? Real financial wisdom isn't just in saving or earning, it's in choosing what matters. Don't just earn to impress. Earn to live well, live light, and live free. Because in the end, the richest people aren't the ones with the most money. They're the ones with the most control over their time. Chapter 9. Creativity. Creativity isn't magic. It's not about waiting for inspiration to strike like lightning. It's about showing up and experimenting. The truth is, bad ideas come first, and that's exactly how you get to the good ones. The first draft is supposed to be messy. The first sketch, awkward. The first attempt, clumsy. But every bad idea is proof that you're moving forward. Progress always looks like imperfection in the beginning. Creativity isn't about being gifted. It's about being willing to try without knowing the outcome. And here's the kicker. Creativity loves constraints. A blank page can be paralyzing, but give yourself a time limit, a theme, a restriction, and suddenly your mind starts working in beautiful, unexpected ways. Think of it like this. A filmmaker with a small budget finds clever shots. A designer with limited colors creates bold visuals. A writer with a tight word count crafts sharper sentences. Limitations don't block creativity, they activate it. Ask yourself, when was the last time I made something just for the joy of it? Am I waiting for permission to create or giving myself the space to play? What would I do differently if I allowed myself to experiment without pressure? You don't need more inspiration. You need more action. Make, try, tweak, repeat. That's where the magic lives. Because creativity isn't something you find, it's something you grow. Chapter 10. Audit your energy. We always talk about time management, but time is useless if you have no energy. You can have a free evening, but if you're drained, you won't create, connect, or grow. What really matters is energy management. Some activities fuel you, others drain you. A morning walk? Energy booster. Scrolling endlessly through social media? Energy leak. Talking to someone who supports you? Uplifting. Being around toxic people? Completely draining. You don't just lose energy doing hard things, you lose it doing the wrong things. And here's something most people overlook. Every decision you make takes energy. From what to wear, to what to eat, to how you reply to a message. That's why successful people simplify their routines. They wear the same type of clothes, eat the same breakfast, not because they're boring, but because they save energy for decisions that actually matter. Ask yourself, What gives me energy? And what steals it? Where am I wasting decision power every single day? What can I simplify, delegate, or remove completely? Time is fixed. Energy is flexible. Protect it, direct it, recharge it. Because success doesn't belong to the person who has the most hours. It belongs to the one who knows how to use their energy wisely. Chapter 11, Social Capital. Success isn't just about what you know. It's also about who you know. But let's be clear. It's not about having 500 contacts on LinkedIn or hundreds of followers on social media. It's about building genuine relationships. Real social capital isn't made from likes, follows, or business cards. It's built with time, vulnerability, and shared experience. There are no shortcuts. Friendship and trust are earned, not collected. The people who show up for you when it matters are usually the ones you showed up for when it didn't. It's not about taking, it's about connecting. Sending a quick thinking of you message. Remembering small wins or tough days. Making time to grab coffee, even when you're busy. Listening without an agenda. Build your community before you need it. Because when life hits, professionally or personally, you don't rise alone. You rise with the people who've grown with you. Ask yourself, am I nurturing relationships or just networking? Do I check in only when I need something? Who have I silently drifted away from? Who actually mattered? The strongest safety net isn't money or talent. It's people who trust you, believe in you, and walk beside you. So plant those seeds now. Water them with presence and care. Because when the storms come, your relationships are your roots. Chapter 12, Mental Models. Most people spend their life collecting information, but very few learn how to think. That's where mental models come in. A mental model is simply a way of seeing the world. A thinking tool that helps you make better decisions, solve problems faster, and avoid common traps. Smart people don't just work harder. They work smarter, using better thinking frameworks. Examples: first principles thinking, break down complex problems to their most basic truths. Second order thinking, don't just ask what happens next. Ask then what. Inversion, don't ask how do I succeed. Ask how do I fail, and avoid that. Opportunity cost. Realize that saying yes to one thing means saying no to something else. 80-20 rule. 80% of results come from 20% of actions. Focus on the few that really matter. These tools help you stop reacting blindly and start responding wisely. When you use mental models, you reduce decision fatigue. You create clarity in chaos. You make fewer mistakes and recover faster from the ones you do make. Ask yourself, do I have a system for thinking, or am I just winging it every time? What lens am I seeing this situation through, and is it helping or harming me? Am I optimizing for what truly matters, or just what feels urgent? Don't just fill your mind, train it, because life rewards those who make clear, confident decisions. And that starts with better thinking models. Subscribe to my channel. I will teach you mental models in upcoming videos. Chapter 13, Life Design. Most people don't live their life. They just live their habits, their routines, their conditioning, wake up, work, scroll, sleep, repeat. Years go by without questioning if this is the life they actually want. But here's the truth. Your life isn't something you find. It's something you design. Life design means stepping out of autopilot and asking, what does a meaningful day look like for me? What kind of person do I want to become? What do I want to feel more of? And what do I want to eliminate? And here's the key. Design your own matrix of life standards. Don't just plug into society's version of success, big house, fancy car, endless hustle. Ask, is this even my dream, or did I just inherit it? You get to choose your own blueprint. You get to define what rich, happy, or successful means for you. And don't wait for a perfect moment to begin. Start small. Read for 5 minutes, move your body, reflect for 2 minutes. Make one better decision today than you did yesterday. That's how big life changes start, with tiny shifts in daily behavior. Ask yourself, is my schedule a reflection of my priorities? Am I living by default or by design? What would a life built for me, not by society, look like? Life design isn't a one-time decision. It's a daily practice, 1,000 small tweaks, a willingness to realign, reprioritize, and reimagine. Because if you don't design your life, Someone else will do it for you. Conclusion: make it count. Life isn't about finding extra hours. It's about making the ones you already have count. You don't need to do everything. You just need to do the right things with clarity, intention, and heart. Every principle we've covered in this video, from time perception, priorities, relationships, to health, money, creativity, mindset, and life design, they don't work in isolation. They work together, like gears in a system, like ingredients in a recipe for a well-lived life. You don't have to be perfect, but you do have to be present. You do have to choose, because life is short, but if you spend it wisely, it's more than enough. Do like, subscribe, and comment below with how you feel after watching. If anything felt unclear or you're curious about something specific, drop your question. I'll personally respond with a solution. Even if you have nothing to ask, just comment, "I will grow." That one line tells your mind you've taken the first step. The engine has started. Now get ready to fly.